Everyone, I'm Diana Swain. We begin tonight with your paycheck and how much of it you're spending to buy items from your local store. Whether it's a local greengrocer or a big box retailer, the dollar may be soaring, but what you're being charged has stayed largely the same. Tonight, even the federal government is putting pressure on retailers in this country to drop prices. Finance Minister Jim Flaherty met with representatives of leading retailers this afternoon to ask them why the prices haven't budged. Now, some companies have already reacted to pressure, not from Ottawa, but from consumers. Michelle Chung has our story.
Okay. Troy Ritchie saw it coming and beat the crowd. 3 weeks ago, he lowered the prices of all his comic books and action figures to U.S. dollar prices. He says it was the fair thing to do.
Being a small retailer on sort of the front lines, you get people coming in and asking, when is your publisher's going to, reflect the Canadian dollar, the strength of it, and, reduce the cover price.
Many Canadians are asking the same question, and retailers are slowly starting to respond. Late last week, Zellers lowered some of its prices on clothes and electronic equipment like camcorders and printers. So has Walmart. Porsche and BMW are also cutting the cost of some of their luxury vehicles to bring them more in line with similar models in the U.S. But the Retail Council of Canada says it could still take up to a year before consumers see most prices fall considerably.
Retailers buy their merchandise well in advance, sometimes up to a year in advance. So the effects of the dollar in the last 2 or 3 weeks will take quite some time to filter through.
Consumers don't care what retailers paid for the products. What they care about is the price, and if the price isn't right, they're not buying.
Because what's the point of our dollar being that high and we're still not getting any benefits? I think the retailers really need to step it up.
It does seem like the dam is broken to some extent.
This economist says cross-border shopping may ease as retailers on this side of the border lower their prices.
And if there's any sense that sales are a little bit weak heading into Christmas, I think you could see, some retailers get even more aggressive.
It's too late for it.
As for Troy Ritchie, he says it only makes good business sense to take a small hit now if you want to keep them buying later. Michelle Chung, CBC News, Toronto.
And we'll continue to track the prices you pay as the dollar continues its rise. And tonight, the Canadian dollar is worth more than $1.03 U.S. In trading today, the loonie made up most of the ground it lost yesterday, more than 1.5 cents. The dollar had slipped after the governor of the Bank of Canada called its rapid rise abnormal. Now, if you want to know more about the impact of the dollar on prices where you shop, go to our CBC News online forum. Our viewers are reporting where they're seeing the prices drop and by how much. That's at cbc.ca/Toronto. Just click on CBC News at 6 and follow the link to the forum.